Welcome to Wilton Mill, Club 100. The whistle goes, and Salvador is out for his second practice of the day at the Club 100 Junior Championship 2023. This is held at Wilton Mill. This is round one of the championship. Beautiful day. Sal is purely out there trying to relearn the track, understand his lines, and generally try and make a few mistakes to avoid making those mistakes later. We didn't use the camera on any of the heats, the qualifying or the final, which in retrospect I'm gutted about, because in the final, spoiler alert, Sal started in second place. This was in Group B out of Groups A, B and C, so he moved up from Group C where he started. And he ended up being spun out on the fifth corner of the first lap and ended up 2 laps behind everybody else once it was recovered. Anyway, back to the practice. Oh, this enabled Sal just to squeeze past that guy. Not that it's a race, but still, these mistakes happen all the time. For me, I was there watching this, but to see on the GoPro so low to the ground, it just looks so much faster. Especially up here. The good thing is when we get together, Sal watches some of these videos, and with the noise, he can work out when he's letting off the brakes and try and learn whether he was bottling it and going too soon, or whether he was right indeed. Just coming round the final corner where the block of flats is, on that corner there. This is the main straight. I think Sal lets off here, yeah. What do I know? I don't know whether he could have done that or not. But again, it's practice. Maybe he should have gone for it. Ooh. For those watching this video, Salvador has been karting now since the summer of 2021, so nearly 2 years. Started at Team Sport in Warrington, and in the second year he did the BIKC, which is the British Indoor Karting Championship, and did pretty well. But more importantly, we met a fabulous group of lads, racers, and it's become quite a big social gathering. So currently we have around about 16 drivers in the Warrington Warriors. We call ourselves a race team, but everybody does their own thing as well as getting together and race together. This year, quite a lot of our drivers are doing the Club 100. Some in the super lightweights, which is on a different day to when Sal's there as a lightweight. We're also doing Total Karting Zero, Rob Smedley's karting company. There's a northern and a southern championship with this, and Salvador is racing on the 3rd and 4th of June at Roa in the Lake District, along with quite a lot of the other teammates from the Warrington Warriors. Please do check out the Warrington Warriors social. It is simple, it's at WW Racers. And if anybody out there is interested in getting involved, just use the message facility on any of the social media channels, and one of us will get back to you straight away. All I would say, it's a great social, keeps these kids off the streets, and boy are they fast. The more they race together, the quicker they get, the more competitive they get, but off the track, helmets off, great mates. Anyway, back to the practice. I was waffling a bit because obviously it's a bit samey, but there's a bit coming up. Salvador gets black flagged for apparently racing under yellows, which I think, again, in practice he needs to be told if that's what he was doing. But again, when the yellow flag, as now, is out, you see those people spin past him. Everybody slows down to different levels, and I would suggest that being competitive, you've got to slow down enough but not too much. Sorry if the GoPro camera work makes you... Oh, there was a cone at the side of the track there, I don't know if you noticed. Sorry if the GoPro makes you feel a little bit sick. Look, here he goes, into the pits, black flagged. I quite like the entrance into the pits. Looks like he's off-roading. And the person who reprimands him is the legend himself, the guy in charge, Mr. John Bigger.
Alright, so going down the
I'll
main
be
straight
quiet.
here, where the yellow flag, okay, you didn't overtake, but you were flat out through that zone, speeding under the yellow. Alright, that's a penalty in racing and qualifying. Alright, so when you see those yellows, you've got to back off a little bit. If he hits you with the motor flat out, then it's going to be called racing under yellows, alright? Be aware of it. Slow down.
Take your bollocking cell, and off you go again. Just be careful looking over his right shoulder now to make sure nobody's coming. And there they are. And off he goes. Club 100, out of all the companies we go to, is the most slick and best kept karts. Literally, when one round is coming into the pits, they're letting the next one out. It's full on, and as a spectator, that's great, because you're just not hanging around, there's always something to watch. And I have to say, as much as Salvador loves driving these karts and the rest of the guys do, I also love standing there watching them. With it being a practice, and also round one of the championship, there's 8 rounds in total, and also being the C group, as I said before, there's A, B and C. The C group are the ones who potentially have never done it before, or in testing have got a slower speed. So these are the guys who you would maybe say, if there was a rookie, they'd be in this group. I wouldn't call Sal a rookie, but you know, obviously he's only raced here at one test back in March. So this practice was a disaster. People spinning out left, right and centre, people ignoring yellow flags, cough cough, including Sal. But John was not best pleased. And when you get to the end of this video, you'll realise what they do when they're not best pleased. I think you may call it a re-education session. see the number on Sal's cart, number 79. That was issued to him on this day, and that's his number for the whole of the season. We keep that with us and just clip it to the cart as and when Sal's session starts. Incidentally, round 2 is also at Wilton Mill in Northamptonshire. I understand it's a different track layout, the national layout rather than the international layout, which is good, mixes it up. But it's also good to be back there because it's a great track, great facilities for us parents, and also as they ease into the competition, because they've raced there before already, well, I guess they're going to have a little bit more confidence and not too rusty to start off with. Sal has a couple of sponsors that I would also like to give a shout out to. The main one in Manchester is an old friend of mine, Richard Core, has a company called Cool and Heat, doing air conditioning, refrigeration. You'll find a link at the bottom of this video. If you're in that market, please use them. He's a lovely guy and a great company. The other company is DV8 Designs, equally a good mate of mine, Lee Birchall. When I had my own restaurants back in the day, he did most of the design work for me. He's great to work with. Again, the link will be in the description at the bottom. We are coming towards the end of this video now. A minute and a half to go. As you can see, the guys are coming into the pits. I left this bit in because, as I said before, about how slick the operation is. They drive into the pits and you can see the other guys exiting the pits. See the guys waving on the bridge there? That was good. Actually, once you're here, as you can see on the right hand side, the carts that were waiting have already gone.
Junior drivers, this is Willie, and I'd like all of you to get up, take your number plates and transponders, and I'm going to follow Willie to the briefing room, because that was a shock performance.
Told you.
Yeah, so each and every one of you jump up, take your number plates and transponders. You're going to follow Willie into the briefing room. Let me get a follow.
That's the whole grid. I've got to go to the briefing room to be basically explained in the nicest possible way why the session was such a disaster. In the meantime, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for putting up with my dodgy voice. Here's a few stills from the weekend. Salvador sat in the back of the car in between races, just after being presented very proudly with his number. Some of the other warriors from the left, Junior, then Jake, Alfie Lambert, Ethan, Salvador of course, and then Rory, who's here in the cart being supported by some other guys. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.